This is EAA Girsan MC14T versus Ruger Security 380, a comparison. Portions of today's video were filmed at the beautiful Banner shooting range. Let's hit the range! Alrighty then, here we are. Back at the beautiful Banner shooting range here again today. It's a little chilly, it's in the high 20s. Don't worry, it'll get a lot nicer today before the Super Bowl starts. What we're going to be looking at today is one of our new favorites, the Girsan MC14T. This is the gold one, it's my favorite, against one of the channel's favorites, the Ruger Security 380. Let's start out with Goldie here. We're going to do 10 rounds in each magazine, though with the tip-up barrel, this first one I'm going to do a +1 11th that I'm going to load in as so. We are now ready to fire. The Girsan targets will be the left-hand targets. Our Ruger targets will be the right-hand targets. First shot will be double action. Here we go. Bottom left target. Some of those a little low, some a little to right. Hey, they're all on the paper. Okay, bottom right-hand target. We're only going to do 10 shots out of this magazine. This is the Ruger Security 380. The ammo we're shooting here in this first few mags is Fiocchi Target Match 95 grain full metal jacket. Here we go. Bottom right-hand target. 10 shots. Okay, good reliability as expected. I'm going to call those comparable groups. Not spectacular, but they're on the paper. Let's reload and we'll shoot a little more. In today's video, we're taking a look at two firearms chambered in 380 ACP, where I'd say both are vying for the same target audience. A consumer looking for a firearm chambered in 380 ACP, who has hand strength or hand mobility concerns. We have done first range reports on both of these firearms in the past, so rather than going through all the dimensions, we'll instead link to those videos for those interested in how these firearms stacked up when measured at the draft combine. The first firearm in today's video is the new for 2023 EAA Girsan MC14T. Today we're taking out Goldie, our gold-plated version of the MC14T, though in some other videos you'll see us shoot the desert tan version of this firearm. Girsan makes this firearm available in many different finish options, including my favorite, Goldie. One notable about this model firearm is while the various finish versions would appear to only have cosmetic differences, that is true for all of them save one, the Lady MC14T, which oddly enough, so far I've only seen reviewed by male reviewers. The Lady MC14T has a ported barrel to go along with those gold accents. None of the other MC14T models available as of this video's production have the ported barrel. The MC14T is a single action, double action, blowback operated, open slide pistol chambered in 380 ACP. It comes with a single 13 round double stack magazine with a pinky extension attached. The defining characteristic of the MC14T is the tip-up barrel. This is where the T designation in the model comes from. There is what we're going to call a standard slide barrel version of the firearm available, the model MC14BDA, that hopefully hits stores soon so we can put one through its paces. Getting back to our tip-up model, the idea behind this tip-up barrel is that it allows the user to load and unload the firearm without ever articulating the slide. Important note here. The MC14T has no extractor. When a round is in the chamber, you cannot remove the round by articulating the slide, and instead you must tip up the barrel and drop that round out. Being able to load and unload the firearm using that tip-up barrel can be extremely convenient. Regular viewers of the channel will know I'm a big fan of a firearm where you can open up the barrel, look down it, and visually know when a firearm is unloaded. The second firearm we are looking at in today's video is the new for 2022 Ruger Security 380, a lighter version of the popular Security 9 Compact with some dual purpose for aesthetics and to also lighten the slide cuts. In the slide, the Security 380 finds itself comfortably nestled in the sweet spot of budget-friendly, reliable, and what we're calling having more accommodations than most. While it too is blowback operated, rather than having a single action, double action trigger and external hammer like the MC-14T, the Security 380 is an internal hammer fired and uses Ruger's secure action trigger. I think of that as sort of a hybrid between the single action and double action trigger. Not as light as a single action, not as heavy as double action, but you get the same trigger pull with each trigger pull. From external appearances, it's easy to think the fancy lightning cuts are the defining characteristic of the Security 380, but nay. What makes the Security 380 special is the black magic hidden under the hood. Ruger refers to this as their light rack system. Among other things, the firearm has a lighter recoil spring, along with serrations and flaring on the slide, all designed to help make the slide easier to articulate compared to other 380s. It also comes with a set of very easy to see high visibility sights. The 10-15 round magazine capacity makes this one of the highest capacity 380s available on the market today. Before we get deeper into the discussion and show everyone's favorite comparison picks, let's head back to the range. For our second magazine today, what we're going to do is we're going to use the 15 round magazine in the Security 380. I am going to load the magazines to their maximum capacity, and we're going to do the +1. So the Girsan MC14T comes with one 13 round magazine. 14 comes with the +1, so 14 round capacity. Security 380 in a free state will come with a 10 round magazine and a 15 round magazine. When using the 15 round magazine +1, you're at 16, so you'd have a 2 round advantage. Let's shoot at that top target and see if that 2 round advantage comes into play on hits on paper. Starting again with the Girsan. 13 in the magazine, 14th round going in the tip-up barrel. First round will be double action. Here we go, top left target. That was terrible. Let's do a couple double taps. Okay. So the first one, that was me being terrible. Well, I would say ignore it, but I mean, it is what it is. Holes on paper. We gave the Ruger a handicap. Okay, here we go. We're going to put a round in. We're going to put the safety on. We're going to drop our magazine. Let's put our +1 on here. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so 16 shots. Top right target. In the middle, we'll do 2 sets of double taps like we did with the Girsan. Here we go. Ooh, a failure. That's a good shot too. Okay, so apparently the Ruger wanted to give that one back. Looks fine to me. Let's see if she goes. I'm going to aim at the bottom target since this one doesn't count. See you just fine that time. Okay, we'll have to walk down there when it goes cold and count. So, okay, Girsan Security 380. Many consumers who buy 380 firearms buy a 380 as a way to get the smallest, lightest firearm possible. Firearms like the pocket hand cannon LCPs come chambered in 380 and have capacities exceeding 10 rounds now in some cases. Rounds per square inch, and they're pretty hard to top. But as far as shootability goes, those pocket 380s are among the worst to shoot and in some cases operate. This is where firearms like the MC-14T and the Ruger Security 380 shine. Considered a compact, though I think of it as a full size. The Ruger Security 380 and Girsan MC14T are both on the larger side of 380s. Even though I think of it as full size, as you can see from our pictures, the Security 380 is a size down compared to the MC14T. One interesting note on that grip is, with no magazine installed, the Ruger is noticeably shorter. However, with both the 10 and 15 round magazines installed, I'd call them a wash. If I didn't have the pinky extension on the 10 round Ruger magazine, it would be a little shorter, so there is that as well. On the Ruger Security 380, I think you can get away with saying it is mostly the 9mm version with some minor tweaks. Same external dimensions, same size magazines. With the Girsan, it doesn't feel like a 9mm tweak to be 380. It feels like a full-size 380 made to be a full-size 380. For someone looking for a pocket cannon, these two firearms are anything but because they are not trying to be pocket cannons, that extra size is an asset, not a negative. The extra size of these firearms compared to the pocket 380s make them much easier to hold and shoot to one's satisfaction. You might not get much of a capacity bump, but what you gain is, I'd say, more effective capacity. It's easier to put more shots on target faster with the Security 380 and the MC14T compared to most pocket 380s for most people. One area, besides caliber, I'd say both these firearms have in common is customization and holsters, or lack thereof. Aside from some cosmetic options available by the manufacturers, if you are someone who is into heavy customization, these will leave you wanting. There's little to no aftermarket support to think of. You can find holsters, but compared to other models, I'd call things slim pickings. You may even have to settle for close but fits, but not perfect. Before we get to the conclusion to today's video, let's head back to the range one last time. Okay, what we're going to do now is I have enough rounds to where we can do two 10 round magazines through each firearm. So what we're going to do is we'll do 10 rounds of CCI Blazer through each firearm at the bottom targets, and then at the top targets we'll do a modified drill that we do in the day that we probably should have done to start the day. But anyway, let's go. 10 shots here with the Girsan. Bottom left target, this is the Blazer Powder by CCI ammo. Not a spectacular group, but as the trend has sort of been all day, the holes are on the paper. Here you go, 10 shots from the Ruger Security 380, same CCI Blazer ammunition. Bottom right hand target, 10 shots. Maybe a slightly better group out there from the Ruger. We're not getting spectacular groups here today. It is what it is. Let me reload our Girsan real quick. I only have the one magazine. The drill we're going to do is we'll do 3 shots with our two-handed normal grip. Transition and do 3 shots with our right hand. 3 shots. Wait, that's too many. We'll do 2 shots with our right-handed grip. 3 shots, or two shots with our normal two-handed grip. 3 shots right-handed, 3 shots left-handed, 2 shots two-handed, or offhand two-handed grip. We'll repeat that same drill with the Ruger Security 380. We're going to shoot at the top target, starting with our Girsan. We're going to do just the first shot, single action, just to keep things sort of consistent between both firearms. Here we go. Top left target. Well, we're at the fringes with the right hand. 2 hits on the border. Maybe slightly better one-handed, left-handed, still terrible. Okay. The gun looks a lot prettier than I shoot it, we'll put it that way. I mean, it performs well. It's all me. It's not the gun. The gun's really good. Here we go. 2 shots with our two-handed right hand drill. 3 shots right-handed, 3 shots left-handed, 2 shots with the offhand two-hand grip. Here we go. Top right target. Jesus, the Ruger's kicking the shit out of things today. Okay. I think the Ruger won. Those first 2 shots were pretty spot on.
We have reached the conclusion to yet another video. In today's video, we took a look at 2 pistols chambered in 380 ACP who are grappling for the same consumer. So who wins that battle? Like most of our videos, we're going to hit on some positives and negatives while making arguments, but this is one of the rare videos where things are going to end up slanted more heavily one side than the other. It is what it is. 10 times out of 10, and twice on Sundays, Goldie wins the cosmetic contest. It isn't even really a contest. Every time Goldie makes an appearance at the range, people take notice and watch the show. Everyone wants to know what it is, why am I shooting it, you get the idea. It's eye candy conversation starter material that's fun. I don't think anybody has ever gone out of their way to ask me about the Security 380 at the range or taken any kind of special notice of it. Cosmetics aside, it is a little tougher to make arguments in the MC-14T's favor, but it does have one thing going for it. In the unexpected category, it carried the day in reliability today. Goldie and the Desert Tan MC14T we have both been 100% reliable. And up until today, we would have said the same thing for that Ruger. With how much budget 380 ammo we use, if there is such a thing, the Ruger was probably due for a failure now. But anyway, while I have had great experience with my MC14Ts thus far, unfortunately, I know a few people who are on the other end of that spectrum. One area where the MC14T is very divisive is in how it's field stripped, or lack thereof. Beyond locking the slide back, tipping the barrel up, and dropping the magazine open, that's as far as 99.999% of consumers will be able to disassemble the firearm by design. Girsan says you don't need to do more than put a bore brush through it, wipe it down, and hit it with some oil. By my count, there are 3 types of consumers out there on this front. Those who will never clean anything, ever. Those who clean things periodically, and then those who clean things after every range trip. I'm sort of in the middle, but most of the crew is in that first category. While I wasn't too happy about not being able to break down the MC-14T very far, they were pretty ecstatic when they found out they had a firearm that matched their preferred cleaning style. Sights are another area where the MC-14T is a little behind. All models I've seen come with some version of a painted 3-dot sights. The front sight is fixed to the barrel. Some consumers will want things like night sights or fiber optic sights. Without paying a gunsmith to do magic, most consumers will be out of luck here. In addition to being barrel integrated, the sights are, well, they're not that great. I'd put them at the lower end of manufacturer sights, which isn't that good when you can't easily replace them. The last mentionable on the MC-14T is, while they say it is designed for people with hand strength and hand mobility challenges, the same is not true of the magazines. Yes, technically you don't have to load it to capacity, but that's not the point. The 15-round magazine of the Ruger is extremely easy to load, even that last 15th round. Some of that may be the extra space available and what springs are used. But on the flip side, if a firearm is marketed towards those with hand strength concerns, the magazine that goes with it should be tailored to match. The flashy finish of Goldie shined today, but what really shined is how the Security 380 overcomes many of the issues faced by the MC-14T. The Black Magic spring setup makes it as easy to load as the MC-14T. When you add in magazines that are easier to load to full capacity, and you have a clear advantage to the Ruger. The Ruger comes with nice fiber optic high visibility sights that if you don't like them, you can easily replace them. While we don't clean this Security 380 that often, it is very easy to field strip for cleaning, and Ruger's not a warranty behind it means you can easily find parts and manufacturer support if needed. Compared to firearms like the Beretta 80X Cheetah, in many ways the MC-14T is a more budget-friendly option for those with platinum tastes but pyrite budgets. The Ruger one-ups that by targeting those that prefer that paper mache. Found in the low 300s with a major manufacturer name on it, and the Security 380 has both price and performance that are hard to contend with. We could probably get nitpicky and bring up optics ready, but since neither firearm in today's video is, no reason to dip a toe in that pond again today. All in all, I do enjoy Goldie, and the finish and fun make it just maybe the 380 in my collection that is the most fun to shoot on range day. But when it comes to things that matter and are more important to consumers like price and performance, the Ruger Security 380 is winning in most of those races. That's probably a good spot to call this one a wrap. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day. If you're still watching at this point and you're looking for something new, how about finding out how bad those locks that firearms manufacturers include with their firearms really are and start a new series.